We are continuing with another 5 chapters, 82 through 86, in the book of Psalms this week, beginning with chapter 82 on Monday and reading a chapter each day with a devotion to follow. The Psalms illuminate the greatness of our God. They affirm his faithfulness to us in times of trouble, and they remind us of the absolute strength of his word. I hope that you are enjoying the reading of these. Psalm 82 is not my favorite. It is a poetic charge of correct judges and a plea for God's intervention. It describes God addressing a gathering of divine council, which is often referred to as gods or sons of the Most High, who are earthly leaders and questioning their failure to uphold justice. God will judge the wicked who have unfairly treated others. I wonder what God thinks about our judicial system. The writer Asaph of Psalm 83 was perplexed because Israel was in danger and God was silent and inactive. So in verses 9 through 18, he prayed and reminded God of what he did to Israel's enemies during the days of the judges. Asaph had a purpose in mind, not just the safety of Israel, but the glory of the Lord. The psalm is a prayer for God to do whatever it takes to convince the world that he is indeed God and is in charge. Temple assistants who wrote chapter 84 shared that God's living presence is our greatest joy. His radiant presence helps us grow in strength, grace, and glory. The writer longed to get away from the bustling world to meet God inside his dwelling place, his holy temple. I recognized one of my favorite songs from verse 10. Better is one day in your courts than 1,000 elsewhere. This chapter says, I want to be with you, Lord. The psalmist in chapter 85 was asking God to revive his people. Please bring them back to spiritual life. We see the steps: reverence to forgiveness, forgiveness to restoration, and finally, restoration to revival and celebration. Our world needs a spiritual awakening. Let us all ask God to give us a fresh touch of his love and remember the steps to take: forgiveness, restoration, and revival. The final reading for the week is a psalm written by David. In the first 10 verses, he cries out to the Lord because he was in trouble again and knew that his God was great and always ready to help. In verses 11 through 13, he asked the Lord to unite his heart so that he could learn from the Lord, obey the Lord, and praise his name. The closing of the chapter finds David praying, asking not only for strength against the enemy, but for a sign, so they would know our God had blessed him with grace and mercy. This psalm is one which could be entitled Trust in Times of Trouble. Please join us next week as we remain in Psalms for a while. We'll cover another 5 chapters. And remember, Biblical Shakers makes reading the Bible way more enjoyable for you. I pray that the Lord will put a hunger on your heart.